You didn't need to post that. Why? Why did you post it?
This is a certified hood classic.
Hey yo, Sakafet. What's up, everybody? Let me get the graphics off. All right, cool. What's up, everybody? What's up to all my beautiful people all around the world? Welcome to Culture Invasion. Yo, I want to thank everybody. I want to start off with this, right? I kicked it off with the 100 subs celebration vid because I want to drop a thank you to everybody that has been out here supporting me, to everybody that's been out here that has subbed, that has participated in the chats. I've wrenched up most of y'all out here. Want to say what's up this evening, of course, to Josh. We got Killa. We got Mona D. I saw you pop up a little bit ago. We got Queen, sis, all my sisters. You know what? The ladies have been magical, but there's a special segment of the ladies as well. These are reputable women that are out here that are part of the family. And yeah, that goes without saying. We got, who's Ricky Ricotta out here. What's up, man? But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been a piece of the last year, because the concept for Culture Invasion started probably about a year and a half ago. Picked up a podcaster, a Zoom P4. I could take it with me wherever I want to go. It's got the XLR jacks, XLR mics, jacks, 4 headphone jacks. You know, it can run off batteries. So, you know, I can slap a SD card in it and I can rock out wherever I want to go. And that, you know, I threw it on my desk. I picked up a couple cheap mics. Then I realized, you know what, there's a world of difference in investing in a good mic. So I went ahead, I picked up the good mic, and I've just been leading with my heart and soul in this, right? I work a day job, so this is my hobby. So what I share with you guys, and when I invite you guys to come rock out with me on whatever waffle rants and, you know, whatever's on my mind or whatever I pull from the community and individuals that I pull from the community, to give everybody a little bit more and to give everybody a little bit of a little more exposure, right? To a little bit more of the positive side of what's out here and the philosophy that rolls around in my little brain. What initially promoted me to want to start this? What prompted me to get out there and do this? It was that there was too much philosophy rolling around in my mind, and there were too many questions out there that no one's ever going to be able to have the answers to. But at the same time, I had to ask them, and I had to find a good group of people to surround me and to lift my message up, as well as for me to work with and build with their messages. So I thank you to everyone that was in that vid that was mentioned, and I thank you to everyone within the earshot that has been a part of my journey thus far. Y'all are the real champions, and we will continue on with Culture Invasion and all the directions that it's going to go in together. So thank you. Let's start with that. Yes, definitely. Thank you. All right. So with that being said, too, I want to say that it's almost cliche because it's from a movie, right? But life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around in a while, you're going to miss it, right? But I use that as an example. That's from Ferris Bueller. But I use that as a reminder, right? We only got but so long here on earth. We only got so long to be useful to our fellow man. We only got so long to be inspiring to others, right? So it's my goal, as it's always been when I started this journey, to just rock out and be as positive and influence as I can within the emotions and everything that I go through and I share with y'all, right? When I was here 1 year ago and I started my journey on a podcast only, no video, I was fresh out of a breakup. And it was one of them breakups that you hear no kids involved, nothing like that, right? But you got those breakups where you get the flued out. Somebody flued somewhere. Somebody flued somewhere. If you was fluding yourself, if you was fluding somebody else, somebody flued somewhere. So I was fluding all over the damn nation, between here and the east, the far east, the deep east coast. And then fluding myself on vacations and whatnot, So I came out of that. You know how it be. You're trying to re-up your emotions, trying to re-up the pockets. Like, man, come on, man. What did I waste my time doing? So I hit a wall, proverbial, of red pill rage, so-called. We're not going to use that on this channel, but beyond this discussion. But I hit a point of rage. I hit a point of disappointment that turned into aggression. Call it what you will, but I'm not a beta. So, and that aggression turned into question and philosophy, and the intelligent side of me kicked into high gear. And I was out here trying to answer questions for myself, listen to others repeat the same questions, and get subs and likes and cash apps for it. But realizing in the end, it's all about the journey. It's all about what happens. It's all about, as an individual, male or female, what situation you put yourself in. So it wasn't a big deal. I moved on past that, and I knew that the goal of my podcast was to bring others together in the end, no matter what the discourse. No matter how ugly, we're adults. Get over your fifis, get over your emotions, and let's sit down and discuss some shit. Especially the adventures of one another. Especially one another's hobbies, careers, journeys in life. The things we're all too ashamed of discussing in a lot of cases. But see, because since I roll with a different crowd that roll with a different vibe, we all have stories. So you'll be entertained here at Culture Invasion. You're going to be entertained. But be prepared. Be prepared as an adult for the subject matter. And that's always been explained. I've always been fair. I've always used anecdotal bits. I've always used my own personal experience firsthand. Okay? Anecdotal bits. But I also led with consideration. I also led with consideration for outliers in particular situations that require a little bit of nuance. So, with that being said, the content's going to grow. I'm on my way to 200 subs and I'm excited. I'm not somebody chasing the money. Like I said, I work a day job. This is a hobby. I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to share. And if that comes along with the journey, I will embrace it. I will respect it. And I will respect you. Right? Be nice to hear this from a lot of content creators out there. And to watch their journey and to make sure that you hold them up to their word. Right? So look, it's like this. We're growing. I'm proud of where I am, what I'm doing, the messages that I've brought forth so far. I have broken eggs and hurt fifis, and I really don't care about that part of it because I know that in my hearts of hearts, I'm going to stand on my square, and the things that I'm bringing to your attention sting, and those eggs that are broken are the hit dogs, hyenas, and hounds that are hollering. And, well,
I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
and we'll just leave it at that, right? The Arrested Development folks, y'all, I got nothing for you. So, and let me say this too. There are segments that are out there, and it's taken a little bit of soul searching within me, but I've recently encountered a situation in my personal life that sent me over the edge in a masculine fashion that is not becoming of an intelligently intelligently mature individual. And I'm not one to flip tables and break my own belongings, but somebody caught some L's verbally in my social circles, close. And the thing is, out of that, I learned, I was reminded, and I reminded myself of the fact that we're all messy. We're all human. We're all got our own little thing going on. But in the end, we have to realize that we have to rise above, that we have to pay attention to the tools that are around us, to the words of advice that are around us, to the positive energies that are around us, and to those uncomfortable lessons around us. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But I've learned that with the segments that are out here, I am not going to stop trolling and shaming your bullshit behavior. I have found my square. I don't know how far it's going to take me. And like I said, this is a hobby. I don't give a fuck about YouTube monetization at this point. I do not care. I have found my square, and I will stand on it, and I will push it to the limit as hard as I can until I get my first warnings and whatever, and I piss off the feminazis and all them. I don't care. I do not care. I will not be intimidated by bullshit politics. I will not be intimidated by your bullshit social inventions based around your feelings and mental capacity. But that's just a brief update on the direction that the channel is going to go in. On the flip side, because we are intelligent over here at Culture Invasion, because we know that it only makes sense to not mix business with pleasure, right? And see, I approach the social side of things as a business side of it because that's where I'm breaking it down and busting balls. That's where I'm doing my research in depth. That's where I'm bringing in individuals to discuss the tough topics, break the ice, and then shatter the worlds of these individuals who continue with this fuckery in our communities. So, what I have done, and if you give me just a moment,
You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
what's up, everybody? So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over to a magical window. There we go. And there's a presentation for you. The new channel. We are now about to rock out to games and hobbies. We have diversified Culture Invasion to be C.I.P. games and hobbies. Yo, we about to do it out here. Preview for you. That's right, fam. That's right. We're moving in another direction. So if I'm keeping the business and I'm keeping all of the deeper topics and deeper subjects on the main channel, I can't have a mix, right? It's not fair to my audience. It's not fair to individuals who may enjoy seeking out like the trivia days, because I started a little trivia thing. Then I realized, hold up, man, I'd be having some insomnia sometimes around 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, let me start up a little video game or something. Let me try to settle my nerves and take my mind outside of the 9 to 5, right? I do work late some evenings. I do have a broad day that can go from mental strategery into just task work tedium, the boring stuff. You know what I'm saying? The repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, making little cogs, right? So after the workday, after a workout, after I eat, after I chat with my people online, whatever, or you know what I'm saying? I go for a walk. I'm watching podcasts, and you know what I'm saying? I'm watching everybody that's out here now. My peeps out here, Mona, you know what I'm saying? Killer. Somebody could be out brought up on their live broadcasting, and I'm walking, I'm doing my thing, I'm doing my workout, I'm watching them. I'm sitting here doing my after hours work at for the 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's brain gets tired after a while. And I realized, you know what? Time to rewind. Let's pull this back a little bit. So rewound back to my roots as a hobbyist. I probably started at my youngest in art, right? We all start with our box of crayons and our paper. from there, I started doing this weird thing where I would like hoard like small squares of paper in my pocket. And then I started learning origami. So I learned how to like fold the paper real small and put it in my pocket. And then I would take it out and I would have my little pen and my little, or like a little crayon or something in my pocket. And I would just like start sketching stuff or like, and then I started getting into like flip books. And my buddy and I would take pieces of paper and we would staple them together. We would chop them up and we would staple them together, or we would take a notebook. And one day he had a notebook and it was like the holy grail. It was a brand new notebook. I wonder if he got in trouble for it. I don't know, but it was a brand new notebook. And this dude started a little animation on the edge of the page and taught me how to make a flip book. And it was the most magical thing that had ever happened to me. Like, man, from that moment on, I was making little Star Wars scenes with little stick figures. We were making little Rocky scenes, redoing Rocky. Man, we were doing all kinds of little stick figure action scenes, man. All kinds of stuff. So art was like my first love. And then it was like the imagination with those action scenes were like G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures and Transformers and He-Man. Well, the brothers had the He-Man and all that, a few other things. But, the G.I. Joes and the Transformers and the Star Wars. And it was the beginnings of those hobbies for me. It was the beginning of like being a little collector. And then it broke off into like me watching how my father's hobbies were. I was lucky enough in my formative years as a man to have a positive role model around in the formative years. Later development, we can talk about that on another podcast. But in the formative years, right? I was lucky enough to have him around. So I learned from what his crafts were and what his trades were and what his skills were, how a hobby could grow, how you could become a woodworker and enjoy it and do it as a hobby, how you could grow a garden and enjoy it and it become not just a source of sustenance and life, but become a hobby, to be involved with the earth and the plants, a hobby. I'm going to take a pause right there. And I do want to shout out Josh, my homie. I appreciate you, man. You are now on the list, bro. I appreciate you, man. $5 Cash App coming from Josh, man. I appreciate you, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm very, very humbled whenever that happens. I put it out there as a general statement, more or less, like, hey, it's a trade for what we're doing here, right? Like I don't watch cable no more. I don't watch TV no more. So if I'm going to come out here and I'm going to spend my time sharing my subject matter or sharing anything with you, it's going to be something that's going to be entertaining. It's going to be something where we have a good conversation. It's going to be something where we can grow from it, or we can just freaking have fun, be out and know that we got a place where we could come back and just have a good time another night, another day. Right? So it's happening. We're in the midst of it. We already know it is what it is. YouTube is becoming the next television. So I just put it out there as a courtesy, but this is a hobby and I love it. And bro, I love you for the donation. Thank you very much for that. Very much. Appreciate it. Let's see. So with hobbies, we got a situation where we don't talk about it. What do you do when you're bored? What do you do when you're in your downtime? This should take up your boredom. It should. Your hobby should always take up your boredom. But what do you do in your downtime? You a sports fan? What can you teach everybody about some sports? What you want to talk about some sports? Let me know about your sports history. And that's a big one. Because guess what? I got hockey players on deck. I got football players on deck. Soccer players on deck. We got hobbies out here, y'all. People got hobbies. People from all walks of life, they got hobbies. We got people that are fishermen. We got people who own boats. Come on now. We got golfers. We got everybody. We got gamers. I got racks on racks on racks of gamers, y'all. Yo, we got racks on racks of gamers. So the thing is, so many people just like, everybody's like off in their own little corners and everything, right? But it'd be a good thing to start bringing everybody out, right? Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, right? Come on now. Bring everybody out. So we got a cross-platform right here on Games and Hobbies. I'm going to pump content no matter what y'all do. But fun fact, some of y'all already invited to the party and y'all don't even know. Peep game. We got featured gamers and hobbyists out in this piece. Let me shut this off right quick. Hold on. Boop. Look at this. Look at this. Me. We got my homeboy Dave. I know a lot of Daves. So you're going to see the name Dave a lot. I know lots and lots and lots of Daves. I know some undercover Daves that be like, they have different names and they go by under aliases Daves, but then there's like some Daves and then there's other Daves and then there's my boss Dave and there's so many Daves. I got so many Daves, man. The Daves be everywhere, y'all. We got Together. We got Death Mage. We got Complex. And we got Your Name Here. Your Name Here. Like, what's your hobby? What's your thing? What let me know. Let's share it. Let's network. All right. I have noticed that there are a lot of folks out there. Together does it. There are a lot of folks out there who are strictly on the promotion game, and they'll have like whole streams about the promotion game and just getting everybody involved, getting everybody united, getting everybody to work together and start networking. Discord servers are going up left and right, which I would also like to share with you guys this evening. Anybody that's in the chat during this live, go ahead and join the Discord. That should work. I have 10 slots available at the moment. All right. So you guys are my proverbial so-called crash test dummies. I'm just saying. So the 10 of y'all that's out there, if there's 10 of y'all out there, I'm going to look for the notifications coming up on my side. I'll see the 10 invites come in, whatever. So, yeah, I'm just spun up the Discord server. I've been kind of hammering at it, trying to make sure everything is ready to go. So we should be good to go. Otherwise, that is a new addition. So we've got Gaming and Hobbies. We've got our hub, the Discord server. We've got 100 subs and we're on our way to 200 subs. We're reestablishing the separation between gaming and hobbies and the business, getting down to the brass tacks social discussion side of the C.I.P. just journey, right? So let's spiral off. Let's spiral off. That's the nuts and bolts of the State of the Union address. Okay, that's the nuts and bolts of it. Not much more to go on beyond that. I think that the direction that I've chosen as far as separating the podcast was a good choice. It provides my different audiences with a different home. It also allows me to build on some fun things that don't mix with me going down the road and talking about people being pieces of shit, which I will be doing this Thursday. So look for that invite. But yeah, it just made sense at this point in my journey. It's only been a year in, but being a younger channel, I wanted to play things out as far as my evolution and, you know, in case of emergency, break glass. So, because I'm not going to shut up. All right. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go into something here a little bit on the philosophy side. And this is going to help break the ice for you, my audience, as we go into what is going to be a dark week. Because I've got 2 episodes coming up. And neither of the 2 are polite and kind and squishy and will give good fifis to anybody who comes for the discussion. Bear with me for just a brief moment. All right. And actually, what I'm going to do is go over. So coming up, we got the Whale Queen and the Hollywood Machine. Well, that's not too friendly, is it? That's not too nice. The Whale Queen. Who could be the Whale Queen? Playing a flute, I wonder. And then, so actually, what are we doing here? Let's go to my channel. What are we doing? You're a piece of shit. Raise the bar. That's actually coming up Thursday. So as you can see, it doesn't make sense to be playing trivia games and deep philosophical walking simulator games where you take care of a weird bubble baby next to videos of me talking about how much society is basically a piece of shit. Or the fat flautist. I'm sorry, the Whale Queen. We got so many names here. Anyway. You get my point? So steering away from this, we're going to go down the road of AI. AI is where I started my lives. And AI is going to be where I continue to draw personal ventures from, as well as comparisons to human behavior, for lack of a better word or term. So looking at, let's see here. Looking at this article, we got Scientific American, and we got a second article here from VentureBeat. First one is, yes, AI models can get worse over time. Model training and more data can have unintended consequences for machine learning models such as GPT-4. This is as of August 2nd. This one was as of June 12th, both from this year. So starting with the most recent article, I'm just going to basically highlight a very few themes here. And I think it's probably... I'm not going to read too much from that article. It's very, very technical. And there are a lot of unanswered questions within how AI does what AI does. But there are also a lot of unanswered questions in what humanity does. Here's the second article. The AI feedback loop. Researchers warn of model collapse as AI learns. It learns from other AI generated content. I want you to just read that headline for a moment and think about the implications of what that actually means. If an AI is trained, so if you have two AIs, right? And let's say for the lack of a human imagination, they're in robot bodies, okay? You have two robots facing one another that are AIs. Two AIs. If one AI starts to learn from the information that the other AI, based on the same knowledge, has learned, they collapse. The AI's knowledge folds in on itself. And essentially, for lack of a better term, because I don't care about using better terms, the AI becomes retarded. I'm going to say that again. The AI goes through a feedback loop. You ever listen to somebody's microphone and then it starts reverberating, and you start hearing everybody echo, right? We've seen that plenty of times across streams. That is what happens to the brain of the AI when it trains upon its own generated data. Here is a math problem. 2 + 2 is 4. So it processes that over and over again. Of course, these are more complex math problems. More extensive math than you or I have ever seen in our lives, the average you or I. I know there are some brain trust and other individuals out there within an earshot that are catching this, but for the layman, more advanced math than you or I could ever conceive, or have ever encountered, rather, at this point in our lives, right? Because we are all looking to improve ourselves. So I'm sure somebody else out there is going to get to that advanced math stage. But anyway, when trained on data, on information, on environmental pieces and parts of data, on environmental factors, on emotional factors, on trauma bonding factors. You see where I'm going with this? Trauma bonding. You see where I'm going with this? AIs don't trauma bond, humans trauma bond. Well, what's funny is in certain communities, there is a collapse. In certain human analogs for these retarded AIs, these inanimate objects, right? I'm talking about the AIs. I'm talking about the programming languages. They've gone fucking retarded. You have an analog for the feedback loop that is the fucking community out here. And we're going to talk about that Thursday. The feedback loop. The misandry feedback loop. The feminazi feedback loop. The I hate, I don't need no nit fad feedback loop. The blackity McBlack feedback loop. I'm still asking the motherfucking blackity McBlacks why the fuck the neighborhood 1 mile south of me that is a historical black neighborhood is now Somali. I'll wait. Anyway, the feedback loops that exist out here in social media, the feedback loops that look you in your face when you're in the neighborhoods looking at them bitch ass, dusty ass baby mama, baby daddy ass piece of shit ass niggas that still ain't shit. They just loudmouths that we now see on YouTube. Somebody else proved that point earlier today. Shout out at Wacky. And yeah, I said it. And you baby mamas, I'm not going to go too hard on you because I'm not a woman, but you bitches is foul as fuck. And you're going to catch your L's too. I'm not done with y'all. I ain't done with the first 3 rows of fucking church either. Because you old hoes and you old pimp ass, weak ass niggas need to fucking step the fuck down. Because you're holding the rest of us back. Truthfully. Just saying it. Truthfully. You're not teaching shit. But you sure as hell pimping for that church, ain't you? Ain't you, deacon? Anyway, so I digress. But tonight, I wanted to reintroduce the channel to everybody. Make sure everybody understands that we aren't going to separate the business from the pleasure. And that we have a lot of exciting content coming up for you here on Culture Invasion. And I am so very blessed and happy that you are here with me on this journey. Josh, again, thank you for the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. Killer, thank you for hanging with me. Mona D, as always, you are one of the top sisters of my family. I appreciate you. Who else is out here? Looks like I got everybody that was out here in the chat that stuck it out. And as always, shout out to my twin at Bronze Bird, BronzeBird, at Bronze Bird here on YouTube. Bronze is by far my twin and lead road dog on this journey through this social media BS and battling all this nonsense and just repeated arrested development. So we're going to stay strong with that. And actually, you know what? As far as the front lines go, Killer's right here with us too. So I can't even front on that. And then, of course, shout outs to my partners, Alpha and Mountain, because, you know, we roll on a whole different spectrum. So, all right, everybody out there, one love to you. Please be safe. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the usual things you hear on YouTube. But please understand, it does help. It does help promote the channels. Head over to at CIPGH. All right, I'll put the link in the chat here one last time for everybody. And yeah, Josh, absolutely. Salute to Bronze Bird. Yeah, I roll real close with the homies Killer and Bronze, and you know, it's the energy, it's the vibe, it's what we're bringing, you know, to the sphere to try to change things up and get these mosquitoes out they bath water. So, all right, everybody, you have a wonderful evening, no matter where you are in the world. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you Thursday. Peace. Big up yourselves.
Talking about flipping birds, but don't know how many grams in it. You a shooter, but you never ever kill nothing. These silly motherfuckers always gotta stay frontin'. If I did it, then I talk it and I live it. And jealous rappers always acting like women. Never worried about a hater, man. I love you niggas. I ain't beefing with nobody, rather come up with you. I'm the gas in the middle of the swisher. On your ass for that cash, I'ma get you. Been blessed, no stress, man. I'm good, nigga. Don't test, I'm a mess. I really pull triggers, but only if I have to. I don't wanna be the bad dude. Why you steady acting like you really gangsta? Bosses making moves, just run the game, bruh. Everybody gangsta nowadays. Just wanna be the bad guy. Wanna be the bad guy. The real goons come your way. So they come your way. You wanna be the good guy. Wanna be the good guy. Everybody gangsta nowadays. Just wanna be the bad guy. Wanna be the bad guy. The real goons come your way. So they come your way. You wanna be the good guy. Wanna be the good guy.
don't interrupt me. These niggas ain't shooters, they feel safe for playing rugby. But that ain't the point, this one calls for a joint. This life is a gamble, two-sided, good or bad, flip the coin. Ain't you glad that the odds on your side, don't be mad. That negative shit whack, let me bring it back. That negative shit whack, hit 'em hard like crack. If crazy, take a vacate, just know I'm coming back. Sharper than attack, what you think of that? Check a GMB step, we all want the cheese, but ain't none of us a rat. Would you believe me if I told you I'm a crack baby? That shit happen every day, not just back in the 80s. Thinking about sunny days that done turn shady. God been looking out, cause to this day I got no babies. And probably never will, cause nowadays they don't want ladies. No competition, I'm biting down like I got rabies. No, I'm a savage, license to carry, now try to make me. Think you can touch me, don't try to rush me, I get the bussin'. You watch my back, I watch yours, that's who I got my trust in. And if somebody do dirt, they crib, we bout to bust in.
Everybody gangsta nowadays.